Rotate device. Orientation is locked. Rotate device. My life is too messed up today. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Oh my gosh. I am in the ridiculousness. Okay. I'm trying to go live on my phone. Let me clean. Are you there? You're probably like, I don't need to mess with this crap. I'm done. We're out of here. Lorena. Audio audible. Can you hear me? I'm on my phone, so I don't even know if it's gonna work. I think I've done my phone one time before. Hi, how are you, Monica? I wanted to turn you guys around so that I could see y'all, but you can hear me. Well, I'm on my phone. You should hear me. Right. I guess we're doing what we call a live on my cell phone. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry about the stupid mess. Usually when I come up here, all I have to do is push a couple buttons and everything works great, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's just stupid. Sometimes my life is ridiculous. So how are you guys? You've been busy working? I started my challenge, so I'm trying to get my own stuff done, but I'm working today on this sweet, pretty quilt. Can you hear me? Are you there? Let's see. I hear you and have no picture. Are you kidding me? But have no picture. Why? You should see me, because I see myself. Is everybody else not having the ability to see my picture? Working on bags and quilts. I see you fine. Okay, you see me fine, Rita? I started a snail's trail. Those are beautiful quilts. Snail trails. Okay, you see me. Yes. I have a picture, but it's portrait, not landscape. I know. I try to turn it like this. I don't know what that means. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. It won't let me rotate the phone. And I don't know. I should get my laptop. I was going to go downstairs and get my laptop because you have to add OBS to this dumb thing. And OBS, so let me show you on, you want to see on my computer? So here's my computer. You're supposed to add OBS. Let's do a doing live stream tutorial. And so you can see me here. Look, isn't it crazy? It literally says, look. It literally says you can see the mic right here. And it goes on YouTube and it just won't post it. How ridiculous is that? But that's my life lately. I'm rolling with the punches. Oh my God. It's rolling with the punches. Let me see what it looks like. I'm watching it. Anyway, I'm on YouTube, my channel thing. Anyway, how are y'all? Happy belated Thanksgiving. I've been busy. I'm trying to get some clients' quilts done before Christmas. I have this huge quilt that I have to hand applique and get it completely done, the quilt top itself, and then get it quilted. So I'm trying to get that done before the end of November, which we have, what, 2 more days? Oh, God, why my life? Anyway, so I'm working. The neat thing about having the phone is I could carry y'all everywhere that I'm at. So I need to hit OK. I'm working on this quilt. Let's see. It's a let it go, let it go. Let me put you. Yeah, I know. I did do that. I know how to work my dumb phone, but okay. It says, like, okay, I don't know if I paused y'all, but see, when I rotate it, she won't let me rotate. I just, oh my gosh. Technology today. Okay, you want to see what I'm working on? Okay, I'm going to rotate you guys so you can see. I'm going to rotate you. I'm working on her, this sweet little quilt. I just ran out of thread. So I'm going to put you here. I ran out of thread. Did I run out of thread or do I need to hit OK? I think I need to hit OK. Okay, auto start. I don't know. Let me switch you back. So I'm working on this quilt, trying to get her done. I'm so sorry. My life is a mess. Just, oh my gosh. I was like, you know what? I'm working up here. It's getting late. It's here. It's what, 5? Almost. Wait, what time is it here? Hold on, let me look at my phone. It is 5, almost 6 o'clock here. So I was like, you know, let me do a live stream. Let me get a chat on. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, while I do that, I could work on a client's quilt. So I'm like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. And it's just been an exciting day. I should have not done this. I should have just... When you do a live stream, I feel like... I feel that people can... like they're on and they're waiting for you. So you need to do your part and show up. Because you started it. One time, I was messing with my laptop. And it was like early in the morning. No, like I'm talking about 3 in the morning. Okay, you can hear me okay? And I had it on, but the screen was reversed. So I didn't know I was going live. And so I felt so bad. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And there was some people on there talking to me. And that's when it freaked me out. I removed it, the chat. I just felt stupid. So, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel stupid. Let me see. So I have the phone. And I'm going to share it with you. I'm here. Let me see. I don't have far to go on this pattern. Dun, dun. So how was your Thanksgiving? How y'all doing? Have you overeaten? I did. But no, I've been real good. But I had things that I haven't wanted to eat. I haven't eaten really bad lately. I lost like 30 pounds. So I'm trying to lose. I wanted to lose 50 by my 50th. Okay, so I'm 50. So I want to lose 50 pounds this year. My 50th year, lose 50 pounds. I was doing good. But I lost 30 pounds. So I need to lose. Well, I've gained some weight back after I lost 30 pounds. Isn't that horrible? Thanksgiving was great. The bad thing is people leave pies here. And I cannot say no to apple pies. I'm addicted to apple pies with, my favorite stuff on them. And let me turn I have no air in here because the heater's on. There's some air in here. So I'm working on this quilt right now. And I'm trying to get her done for a client so I could ship it tomorrow. And then... leftovers, man. They do us wrong. And I'm doing a keto diet. Keto. Honestly, it is not necessarily all keto because I think in keto you can't eat fruit. So I'm eating meats, vegetables, and fruit. But I don't eat mashed potatoes, corn, bread products. And I've lost a lot of weight that way. But recently, well, a little nibble here and a little nibble there, and it becomes a lot more nibbling. I don't know if y'all have those same issues. So, let's talk. How are you? I started a challenge. Some of you are in the challenge, which I'm really excited about. It's making me come up here and finish my clients' quilts so that I could finish mine. Can you guys still hear me? I literally laid my phone down and it could have been sitting on the speaker. And so what are your plans for Christmas? Anybody have any different plans? Is anybody traveling? Traveling. Okay, you still hear me. There's probably like a little bit of a buffer because I'm going live. You want to see a beautiful quilt a friend finished? A friend finished it and I need to quilt it. You want to see it? Your son is coming from California. That is neat. I hope he has a wonderful trip going and no delays, no hindrances. Do you want to see my dumb long hair? I want to cut it. Who wants me to cut my hair? This is a quilting channel, Lorena, not a hair channel. So let me show you a quilt that I want to quilt. And I'll show you the back fabric that I want to use with it because she is beautiful. Where can I put you? Where you could see me. Ow, ow. Yeah. Hold on. Let it go. All right, I'm gonna put you here. Okay. My daughter is very good to me. Oh, that's smart. I didn't know to do that. Let me show you a quilt. I wish I could lay my phone the other way. Ta-da-ta-da. While she works. Here, I'm gonna put it on the floor. Hold on. Let me get the quilt. I put her on the floor so y'all can see her. Look at that beautiful thing. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she pretty? I feel like I look old with long hair. It curls real pretty though. And it's light. Right? Let me show you the quilt again. And let me show you the minky fabric. I'm going to show you around my room right now. Wait. You need to work on this quilt real quick. You get to see me on a live stream working. All right. I think that's it. All right, she's done. Look, I want to show you this fabric. No judging, okay? Because it's a mess in here. It's a mess. This is my Frankenstein batting left over. I want to show you this. Oh, gosh. Look at her. I love this fabric. I want to doesn't it feel luscious? Well, you don't know how it feels. But it is. I got it the whole spool. When I like something, I buy like millions of dollars of it. Not that I'm a millionaire, but I'll buy the whole spool and I'll beg them to give it to me on sale. Look, it was $16. It's called Scarlet Luxurious Cuddle. But I thought that red quilt with this fabric, wouldn't it be delicious? Wouldn't be delicioso? All right, hold on. Let me work on that. But I'm finished with this quilt. Let me move you. I hope it's okay that I'm moving you guys around. I'm gonna make that with this. Wouldn't it look beautiful? Look. Isn't that the best thing ever? Minky fabric with a really pretty quilt. Delicious. All right, let's see. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to turn off my long arm. Let's see, stop. Yes. I'm gonna turn everything off. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? It says what? YouTube showed using press seal when I cut it. I heard someone even use duct tape or painter's tape. Have you seen painter's tape on it? Where they cut painter's tape with that fabric? Because it's horrible to cut. Someone I literally saw put painter's tape and then they cut on the painter's tape and then it didn't fray like it frays. In a minute, let me, hold on, okay? Hold on, I'm gonna put you on. God, I hate this. If I was like downstairs with my laptop. I'm so sorry. I literally put you somewhere where you wouldn't move and you still moved. Hold on. I'm gonna do that's a great video. Come on. The quality is excellent. You came here for excellent videos. Now when you're doing live streams, I got a couple things for live streams. Press and okay, I'll look at it. So she's done. You want me to show you her? Look at her. She's a, like, look, it has snowflakes, and I put a snowflake pattern on her. Isn't that pretty? I think that is pretty. And I'm going to pick this quilt up, fold it, and I was gonna get, I'm gonna switch you and get her ready to work on. Okay, I'm gonna sit now so you guys can talk to me. Sorry about this stupidity. Lorena and her ridiculousness. All right, let's see. Trying to see if I can prop y'all, but then I may drop y'all, so I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's not like personal. So let's see. Want to see this fabric? Where do I find my antique quilts? Okay, good question. I go to, there's this app that a friend showed me. It's called estatesales.net. A lot of people, especially people, so I wish I could show you the app. And You just put your location and you'll see all the estate sales that are going on in your community. I've literally found probably 3 antique quilts there. And I only paid probably like $2 for them. Another place I like going is I like going to antique stores. So go to antique stores in your community. But this is what happens. There was an antique store over here at Grooms. I think that is what it's called. It's like New Braunfels and Groms. I don't know if they say it Grooms or Groms. I love going there because there's this restaurant called Grissamil. There is an antique store right across the street from that restaurant. And I was able at one time to buy those antique quilts for 20 bucks. Beautiful. As a matter of fact, if you hold on, I have one over here. Beautiful antique quilts. I think I have them all here. And I didn't pay. What did I do with it? Okay, it's over here. I didn't pay a lot for them. But what happens is, if you're purchasing antique quilts there, then all the other people know what's selling and they'll start finding antique quilts. And then I would go to that antique store and I would buy all their antique quilts. So this is one of them. I'll open it for you. And do I have a couple? I have a couple of them. I should put this on the long arm and start working on it. But no, I want to talk to you guys. And let me make a table. Yeah. And for example, this one that I found, I think it's so pretty. It's made out of muslin. Here, I'm going to move you here while you can watch me unravel her. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. Let me put her on the long arm. And then you can really see her. So I got this one for like $50. What happened is people started seeing me, or started seeing that someone was buying them. And, well, maybe is the price on here? Hold on. Oh. Hold on. I'll get you in a minute so you can see. And they started hacking up the prices on me. And I'm like, I'm not paying that for it. So look, let me show you. Isn't she beautiful? So this is huge. She's an antique, and if you look over here, she's appliqued. To me, this reminds me of Hawaiian applique, but I could be wrong. And it's muslin. So it's that real thin muslin. But look how beautiful she is. She's big. She's probably like an 89 or 90 by 90. She's a large quilt. As a matter of fact, let me measure it for you. Let me measure her. All right. So let's measure. She is, and honestly, for I think this one, I probably paid $50 for her. Because I bought 2 of them. A pink one that I just finished. I did it on my challenge video. That's the Crown of Thorns block. That quilt, I believe, let's see if my estimate of measurements is right. Shoot. I said 90 by 90. It's a 102. It's a 102 by... So this is a king size quilt that I paid 50 bucks for. Now, the muslin is real cheap, but it's in really great shape. Look at her. So she's a 105 by 100. Can you imagine? And I paid $50 for it. 50 bucks. So I'm sure in your community there's antique stores. And okay, the problem with antique stores is they think that, like people like overcharge or something that they pay 10 cents for. And so this is one of the antique quilts. Let me see if I can find another one. So I paid $50 for this one. What I do with them, it's all right, because I'm really not much of a piecer. To be on, okay, I love piecing, but I'm not much into, like, if I'm going to piece a quilt, I want to keep it. That's who I am. And if I don't want to give my quilts away, I'll give my quilts to my children away. Let me see if I can find some more. Oh, you want to see these? Okay, well. So, and if you go to estate sales, especially like I'm sorry to say, elderlies that were quilters or sewers that have died or are going into hospice or they're going into living facilities, they tend to sell their stuff to shrink down, or maybe they're moving down into a smaller home and they selling their stuff. A lot of them will sell their quilts. For example, this one, I'll put you here. Are you okay? Can you see me okay? For example, well, this baby, this I got at an estate sale. The mother died and the daughter was selling her quilts. And so I purchased this one. Now, the thing about children that know the value of fabric, I ended up paying probably $40 for this, which you saw me buy like 105 by 100 antique quilt at an antique store. They didn't know what they had, and I got it for $50. But this is a daughter who knew the value of fabric and the value of piecing, so I paid $40 for this, which I don't think it's worth it. But for some reason, I have this thing in me that I feel bad when someone dies and they have quilts that are not finished, and almost like the quilt didn't hit their destiny. You know what I mean? They didn't make it to their journey of being a quilt used by people. I know, and I'm okay. Just don't judge me. Hi, how are you, Courtney? And so I feel like this quilt didn't hit its destiny, meaning a finished quilt used by the family, used by a child, used by someone. And so even though she was expensive, I felt like nothing would happen to her. So I was like, you know what? Let me take it. Since I have a long arm, I'm doing good, Courtney. Since I have a long arm, it's like I feel obligated to quilt quilts that don't belong to me. For example, I found this one. This one needs repair. I'm gonna go into my long arm, my antique tangent, because someone brought it up and they're probably like, I really don't care. This one I found in my birthday. Yeah, beautiful. I got her for $20, but look at her. I need to tear this out. Look, do you see that? Hello. I need to tear this block out, and probably I'm just gonna block it in with another piece of muslin. And I think she had 2. Do you see that one? Hello, you could see me. 1, 2, 3. She had 3 blocks that are torn up. Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna repair the block. I'm just gonna add a square muslin into the area where the block is torn, and I'm just gonna quilt her. What I do, and I know it could be controversial to the quilting community, but I really don't care. I wash the antique quilts so that they do tear. For example, I wash this quilt because the quilts smell really bad. For example, this tore here. And the reason I wash it, it's I wash it so that it does tear. And once it tears, I go ahead, I know that the other fabric that didn't tear, the condition of it. I rather have the quilt fall apart on me before I quilt it than invest all the time and money and batting and back fabric and the quilting to a quilt that if I wash it or whoever gets it washes it, it does this to it. So like because it did this and the fabric is falling apart, I will unstitch this square, completely unstitch it, and put a brand new piece of muslin in there and move forward. All the other fabrics, if you notice that the fabrics that tore were the dark ones, like this one, this dark chocolate, and this dark chocolate. I don't know if you can see that, but you could see that these lighter colors endured the wash. And this way I know that I could repair it before I quilt it, and I know for sure that if someone washes the quilt in any other area of the quilt, it won't fall apart on them. Yeah, like there's no, I don't know if you see how good that is. It's kind of neat how like different colors just don't survive. But I rather do it now and know what's gonna fall apart than quilt it. Then I quilt it, and then because I quilted it, then it's falling apart and I can't repair it when it's in the quilt sandwich, meaning when it's already long armed. But look at this one, I'm gonna show you. And then we're gonna go somewhere else because this was a birthday find. Birthday find. Do you see her? Look how beautiful she is. And I have washed this one and none of the fabric tore. She's just so so beautiful. This is a beautiful quilt. I paid $20 for her. I know. Yeah, and it's hand pieced. No, this is machine pieced. So this is hand pieced where the star is, and you can see that I washed it because it's doing this. And it's machine sewn here. So someone finished the star and then someone came back and put the top together. And I found it at an antique store. This one I found at an antique store. Let's move you over here. Let's see. So yeah, antique stores. But it's called estatesale.net, and it's an app that you can use. I found 3 or 4 there, and that I think is the best place to find quilts other than antique stores, because antique stores, they want to like raise up the price for it. So yeah, that, I hope I answered your question. Is that ridiculous or what? So how are you? What are your plans? Are you planning for your new year yet? Are you like, we're doing a challenge on Lorena's Quilting Facebook group, and the challenge is to see how many quilts we could get done before the new year ends. And I am going to give a free quilting service away. I also think, like, I don't know, we'll figure something out. We'll figure whoever the winner is. So you guys okay? Talk to me. I know some of you guys were commenting when I again went into the how about eBay antique quilts? I've never purchased any quilts at eBay. The only thing I've purchased at eBay were my featherweights. I think if you want to buy a Singer featherweight 221, I think eBay is a good resource, but I've never bought in quilts there. Now, if they're gonna, and I know they sell them really cheap. Now, if they take good pictures and it's really cheap for like $20-$30, I would go for it. But the truth is you don't know what you're getting. So I don't know. I've never done it. But I'm sure they have some really good, some really great quilts that you could find. You're going to do the challenge. Please do it, Courtney. Let's see. I'm tired of not getting my own quilts done. Anybody else? I feel so discouraged with myself sometimes. Does anybody else get discouraged with themselves? I feel like, what's wrong with you? Oh, let me show you this. This is one of my clients. Ooh, look. One of my clients' quilts. Doesn't the fabric look delicious? Wow. She's beautiful. Look, you want to see her? What I'm doing is, this is a client's quilts. I'm measuring her quilts so that when I talk to her, I'm ready for her. And she does beautiful quilts. Look at these. Look at this. Let me see. Look at that batting. Okay, let me see. I have a friend that rescues. She uses long arms to quilt them. I know, the butterflies are beautiful. I want to thank one of my clients. One of my clients, I was quilting her antique quilts. She says she found them. And what she would do is she would repair them. I don't go that far in repairing the antique quilts other than like the one you saw. I want to do as little repair as possible, even though I do some. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. Anyway, because the whole goal for me is put it on the long arm, quilt it, and then let me just say this. That is a great price. $165. You want to sell it to me, Courtney? That is a great price. Featherweights usually go for $250 to $400, and let me say, no judging here. I bought one from the Singer Featherweight shop on the Houston Quilt Show. I want to do what I bought at the Houston Quilt Show video. I bought one for $1,000. Yeah, you got a deal. If it works, that's a great price. These little featherweights are workhorses. Just make sure that you don't oil it with regular oil. You grease it. You grease these little machines. Girl, I have a tutorial on how to grease them and work them. I love my little featherweights. I love them. I have 4 now. I sold one that I got for $150, but she was really ugly. Like, the girl went through a beating, and she was not in good shape. 51. Bye. I'm going to have to start hunting for antique quilts and quilt tops. Yours are beautiful. I pray you get them. And the reason I get them is because, like, how many quilt tops do y'all have that you haven't finished? Lush. Yeah, I know. I'm excited to quilt it with that minky, because that's going to be mine. It's going to be mine. I sit and I think about, that's why I want to do this challenge. I probably have like 25 quilts that I haven't quilted, and then I find the antique quilts and the my quilts. They're like 20 something quilts that I haven't quilted, and then I find antique quilts. So I probably have 10 antique quilts. The reason I haven't quilted mine is because I think I want to do custom, and then custom takes forever, and I just don't want to deal with it because I don't want to be quilting for a whole week for a quilt. And so I've been working really hard, like, okay, just quilt your quilts. Done is better than not done, because one, they're more valuable, and then they become a functioning quilt. It hit its destiny, its purpose. And yeah. Well, I feel like, you know, the quilts that I found, that, like, I'm sure they would have loved to see them finished. And okay, and what I do, it's, I don't know if this is dumb or not, but this is my thing. Doris, you make me feel wrong. Only 4, 6, 5. Come on, Cookie. Doris, you're our example of what finish should look like. I wish I only had 5 quilts to quilt that were mine. I just don't want to die. I mean, I say this probably a lot in on my other live streams or my videos. I just don't want to die and my kids just give them away. Well, that's still good, though. That means, like, what you've done, you've probably finished. I don't... This is beautiful. This is a beautiful quilt. Okay, so I just feel like as I've gotten older, I want to finish. Let me see all the comments. It doesn't let me... Once the comment comes on, it comes off. Is it serviced? Courtney, what are you asking? I'm sorry, for the featherweight? I have a video on how you could work your featherweight, and you could do it. They're really great machines. If you know how to work on a long arm, you know how to work on the little featherweight. I just feel like I want to finish the quilts, all of mine. My goal is that I already finished. I'm so proud of myself. I finished 4. You finished? Yeah, patient quilts. Which one? This one? What? The butterflies? This one? This is cotton. This is beautiful cotton. Oh, like, wow. Isn't that beautiful? This isn't my quilt. This is a client's quilt. She does beautiful quilts. Beautiful. Look at this one. These are beautiful. I just feel like, I don't know. I think I want to get stuff done. But honestly, I've been great. I used to be a really really bad procrastinator. And there's moments that I have that, but I've learned how to manage myself better. Like, no, you need to get things done. And I've noticed that I feel very emotionally satisfied or whole when I finish a quilt. The cheapest is around is $550. The featherweights, yeah. But you could get them cheaper. It's just, man, it's the luck of the draw. You could find them everywhere. As a matter of fact, Courtney, you could literally grab your featherweight and put it on eBay and see if people want to bid on it, and it'll probably sell for like $400 to $500, depending on how clean and beautiful that thing looks like. Yes. So, featherweights are blessing. But I bought one at the Houston Quilt Show from the featherweight shop, and the only reason I bought it is because I had the money to spend, and they said that they rebuilt the motor. And since I've bought featherweights everywhere, from eBay, Facebook Marketplace, mainly eBay. I wanted to see if it was a really different sew, and it really does sew different. It purrs like a Mustang now. How are you, Kathy? Well, everybody talks about featherweights. What else would you like me to talk about? But find antique quilts. And if you have a long arm, I think that's the best thing you could do. I've given 5 of them away to my children, and their babies use them. They're not expensive to quilt, and find cheap ways to quilt it. So I use cheaper batting when I quilt my antique quilts, and I use batting or back fabric from Wholesale Marketplace. No, that you could get like back fabric for $5 a yard. That's 108. What's the company? Anyway, I get fabric from them, and so that's what I do my donation quilts with. Let's see. Let me plug you in. Da 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 da. So how are y'all? Other than, and Courtney, once you love your featherweight, you're gonna be addicted and buy more than one. Get ready. Get ready. And Courtney, let me just say this: hide your bobbin. Do not leave your bobbin in the machine, because people tend to steal them. Leftover batting for quilts. I'm sorry, can you write that comment again? I wish. For some reason, it doesn't let me see this chat very long. La 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 la. And you could use Frankenstein, your batting. I got a volcanic eruption. What? Okay. Yes, leftover batting. There's ways of, I don't know, to me, I donate quilts to kids who have cancer. She's a subscriber who, I think her husband's a doctor, and she makes quilts and donates them. And so that's what that batting mountain that you see, I use all that batting for that. Like, you could use this stuff for that. My favorite batting, man, look at this Pellon. Look how thick this Pellon is. I love this batting. I'm going to go to a company and buy a cheaper roll of batting, because this batting is so expensive right now. I can't believe it's like $50, 50 something dollars for a 120 by 120. It's ridiculous. When before, I think I could get it for like $40. $6 a yard. Doris, there's this company. I talked about it in my favorites. God, it looks so bad. It's this company, Marshall's Dry Goods. It's 108 fabric for $5 a yard. $5 a yard. This whole spool cost me $80. And I use these. I got a stone gray, a black gray, a blue, and a teal. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bargain. Marshall's Dry Goods. They also sell rolls of batting. Now, you know what you get. Who knows what you're going to get? Because you don't know. So let me bring you here. So this is from Marshall's Dry Goods. Marshall's Dry Goods. What I use this. Hold on. Hopefully my phone is still charging. If not, we're in trouble. My phone is dropping. Hold on. Technical difficulties here. Is she on? Yes, she's on. She is working. Okay, I plugged you in. Apparently when you use your phone, I wish I could turn you over. Okay. Okay, so this is from Marshall's Dry Goods. Look how pretty she is. If you buy a certain amount, I think the shipping is free, no? So this is from them. And I use this, as a matter of fact, this is a scrap piece to do the cancer quilt kits. Kids for cancer. Oh no, cancer quilts. Dude, what's wrong with me? Quilts for cancer kids? It's just whatever. I'm not saying it right, okay, please? But there's this one. Isn't that beautiful? And I, to be honest, okay, free shipping for a certain amount. To be honest, I like these better than the one I just showed you, because the one I just showed you, you could see light through it. That means the weave is very thin, and like the weave for this one, let me see, is not as thin. You got blessed. $250, you got blessed with the featherweight. I think my cheapest one, I know we're going into featherweights. My cheapest one I bought for $150 on eBay. I messaged, you know, the best way to get a featherweight on eBay is where it says the price and it says make an offer, because a lot of the times you can make an offer lower than the price, even up to $200, and they may say no and they may say yes. And one time I made an offer that was so low, like I think I made an offer, they wanted $550 for it, and I offered $300 for it, and I didn't expect them to say yes, and they sold it to me for $300. So that's my favorite way of doing it on eBay, where it says the price and then make an offer. I do not like bidding because, man, there's some people who will hike up that bid on purpose, and by the time you're ready to buy the machine, it's already too high. And I give myself ground rules. I can only spend $350 to $400 on a machine, because it's not just that you're, after you purchase the bid, you have shipping and then you have tax, so that could add up to another $100. And so make sure that when you're on eBay that you look at their shipping expectations, because sometimes they'll hike up the price on shipping knowing that the price on the machine is lower, but they're trying to get their money back through the shipping too. That's the thing. So keep that in mind. There was a guy who had an ugly featherweight, and I lowballed him, and I said I would give him $150 for it. And initially he said no, but the machine was so ugly. Like, the poor thing looked like she had gone through hell and back. And the reason I wanted her is because I felt like if I wanted to try to paint a machine, that would be a machine I could paint. And the neat thing about that machine, her motor was beautiful. The bobbin winder was awesome. The only thing is she was just really in bad shape, meaning she was well used. But Marshall's Dry Goods, I think if you're gonna do quilts, to donate like the antique quilts, I donate all those quilts when I quilt them, and I use that back fabric, because this back fabric, it's 108, and if I use 2.5 yards for a king size quilt, I have literally only spent maybe $11 on back fabric. So yeah, we have a volcano erupting in Hawaii. Let's see. So, question. Do y'all have any Christmas? I know some of you have family coming for Christmas. Are any of you traveling for Christmas? Did anybody go to the Houston Quilt Show? Later. Let's see. I'm going to see here. Anybody go? Did you have fun? Did you get to see anyone you like? I went for, what was it? I went for 3 days and I didn't expect to go. I didn't plan to go, and out of the unexpectation, we went for 3 days and 2 nights. We had a great time. I had an awesome time. Let's see. We'll see. We have someone stating, "2 hours ago." Wow. So, are y'all still there? You with me? I don't want to keep y'all. But yeah. Courtney, I still need to talk to you about, look. Did I mess up buying this? I don't know, I probably messed up buying that. Which is this. You're still here. You guys get quiet, and then I can't see. Like on the other live streams, I could see who's here. What do y'all want to ask me? Brand batting do you use? Okay, the brand of batting I use, it's called Pelon. Can you see? Come on, get down. Sorry, my dog is blind. Let me see. This kind of batting. This batting is beautiful. It's just as good as Warm and Natural. It is. You could do up to 10 inches apart. Is that right? It's washable. Make sure it's washable. Dry cleanable. It is. It shrinks 3 to 5%. Okay, I didn't see that text message. It's 93% cotton and 7% polypolymer scrim. What's the name of the batting? Pelon Natural Cotton. You get it at Joann's. Rose, if you have a Facebook, message me on Messenger on Facebook. It's real hard here on YouTube because once these messages go through or comments, I don't see them anymore after the live stream. You can, there I have business pages. You can comment there. The thing is I don't want you to leave your email here anywhere because then everybody knows your email, and I don't want to give my email because then everybody knows my email, and there's some weirdos that watch my channel. Some weirdos. You guys you have no Facebook. Okay. Ask your friend or a family member who does. Have them message me, and when I message them back, I can give you my phone number. Could that work for you? because whoever messages me, I get the messages. On YouTube, I don't get the comments sometimes. I know some of you comment and I don't get them. I don't get them. Where did I get it? I get this batting at Joann's. I love this batting. Let me just share with you. Let me share. So ask a friend to message me and say it's Rose777. And then I'll message them back my phone number or my email, and then you can email me. Will that work? And look how beautiful. Look how thick this is. And when you wash it, oh, she like lofts up like a delicious lofty loft. She quilts beautifully. She's like a warm and natural. It is like a warm and natural. I don't know, look, sometimes you could see batting by the, do you see how it's kind of like consistent all the way through? I love this batting. Can't say more. You can use your coupons on Joann. They do have, I literally went the other day. This is what I'm talking about, this $49. I ended up going to the Joann's and I bought it. It was 35% off and I bought it for $35. And then I went back when they did a doorbuster and I got it for $30, which it comes out to it's 0.0002 a square inch. And it's the cheapest. Do not get it in a full throw twin. Get it in a 120 by 120. That is the best deal for the buck. Can I talk about flannel? What kind of flannel? For back fabric or for quilt tops? I bought 2 rolls of bamboo from Walmart. Do you like it? I think bamboo fabric is beautiful. Or quilting. There's a friend who sends me batting from Amazon. DreamWorks, Dream Quilting quilt. Let me show you that batting for quilting. Flannel is awesome. You could quilt it. Flannel for a back fabric, it quilts beautiful. The only thing you have to be mindful for, like if you do a lot of piecing, the flannel is so thick, so you have thicker seams. But if you use it for back fabric, it's beautiful. It quilts beautifully. Flannel, fleece. The only thing that I think you should worry about, even the flannel or the fleece, it's the stretch. Well, fleece has a stretch in one direction and not in another. So when you put the fleece on the long arm, put it to where the stretch is on the leader, not on the roll, because you could overstretch it and then when you let it go, it puckers up. That's my problem with also minky fabric. It has such a stretch. So for example, I have the minky here. And let me get you, hold on. I'm gonna bring you to my batting, my batting, okay, so let's bring you to Batting Mountain. Let's see. This is Warm and Natural. What I love about Warm and Natural, look how thin though. This is a thinner Warm and Natural. The neat thing about having a Batting Mountain, this is called DreamWorks. Dream. I'll look it up right now. Dream Quilting Cotton Batting. But look how thin that batting is. And let me see if I can. Do you see how, what I love about this one, it's consistent throughout the batting. If you see the light going through that. And that's what I like about Warm and Natural. Do you see how the light, the whole batting itself is beautiful throughout the batting. There's some batting that is the cheaper batting. What I don't like about it is it has like holes. Does that make sense? Ooh, this is bamboo batting. I like it. I have a client who used bamboo But she's real, what I love about this is when you feel it, she's so soft. This batting is soft. And if you look at the scrim, it's very light scrim. This one, scream, that's a word, scream. This is the scream. The scream is a little polyester that they use to keep the batting together, and it has like these little balls on them. And then this one does not have, well, here, you'll see the, do you see the little balls? It has like little texture. So those are beautiful. But look, this is okay batting. I don't like it that much. It is thicker. What is this one? No, wait. No, this is not thicker. I'm lying. It's not thicker. It's this one. You could see it has the polyester. It has a thicker, this literally feels like interfacing. I don't know. Can you hear me okay? Because my hand was under the mic. This feels like interfacing. And it's very polyester feely. It's not, and look how, the problem with this is you could see that it could fall apart. I don't know if you can see that. She can separate. And do you see how the light is bubbly? There's another batting. I don't know. Is this entertaining at all? Doesn't even help y'all. But I love, this is the, look how beautiful. Look how thick this is. This is that Pelon cotton. Now, if you look at through the light, let me get you. You see it, you still see some like variations, but it's thick throughout the whole thing. And then, look, this is the bumpy part, what they call the scrim. But I love this one because when you wash it, whew, it just lofts. Like, it makes the soft, it makes the quilt, it's so thick, and then when air and everything goes through it, it just quilts beautiful. Hobbs 80/20 is wonderful too. It honestly, it becomes a preference, right? There was, I was a warm and natural girl, like only warm and natural, nothing else. But, so this is a warm and natural. You could literally see the natural cotton fibers. But look how thin she is. But the beauty about her, if you see her through the light, she's consistent throughout. There's no voids or light pockets that you could see through. And then you could see the scrim. But a friend, she literally buys... she buys bags of, let me see if I can open her stuff. Of this one. Let me see. I use Warm and Natural. Pelon is like a Warm and Natural. Warm and Natural right now, like what the hell? Is it worth millions of dollars? Is it like, it's not a diamond. Hello, this is batting. I understand, like, hold on. So this one. Sorry if you hear a mess. Hold on. I'm trying to unwrap something, okay? I'm so sorry. Professional. Oh my God. Come on, okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, making it work here. I have to unpack this anyway. This one. Dream Cotton. This, I have a client, what she does is she sends me, orders batting. She orders batting, and then I quilt her quilts. And then if we have leftover batting from some other quilts, It's we piece it together. And she loves this batting. I've never used it or washed a quilt with it, so I don't know how it quilts. And she gets it from them. And this is Amazon. She literally will ship me her quilt and ship me her batting. So she's not having to ship me batting while she's shipping me her quilt. Let's see. It is hot. Let's see. But that Pelon 100% cotton is beautiful, or 93% cotton. It quilts beautiful, to be honest. I love it. I have it everywhere, like you could see. I went the other day to Joann's and I bought 4 or 5 bags because I buy the 120, and so I will quilt a quilt and then have leftover batting, and then I'll Frankenstein the batting for my antique quilts. I'm trying, and I'm gonna be honest, this is what I use for my clients because I think it's the closest to Warm and Natural, and the closest because I think Warm and Natural is it's a beautiful batting. Warm and Natural is like mine, but she's so expensive. So what I did is I went to Pelon Natural Cotton Batting, this one, that mimics Warm and Natural, or has the density and thickness of Warm and Natural. Yes. Man, Amazon's gruesome. Like, can you imagine what we would do without Amazon? And she ships them to me, and honestly, it's a deal because she gets it free shipping anywhere because she's a Prime member. Smart. As a matter of fact, the other day we did the challenge, probably last year sometime. I shipped an iron, a cordless iron. I bought it from Amazon and I shipped it to the winner. And that was just so easy. That was just an easy ship. And so this is what I use for my clients. Now for my antique quilts, I'm trying to find cheaper batting, or I'll use Frankenstein batting to quilt the quilts because I donate those. And I donate the baby quilts. Like when you saw the batting mountain, all of that batting I kind of scrap together, like batting, scrap it together, and I donate the quilts to the children's. And then I have some clients that don't want, because when I do a quilt for a client, for example, this client, I charge her a square inch for the batting. Just like I charge her for quilting per square inch, I charge her, I'm going into charging a square inch for the batting also. But what I'll do is, if the client is okay with me Frankensteining the batting, I will charge her a less expensive square inch, cheaper, unless she wants it a full sheet of batting without Frankensteining it. And what I'll do is I'll trim off the quilt and I'll ship it, and I'll return their fabric only because I don't want to increase the weight of the quilting by adding the batting on top of it. As if she, like, I'm not going to charge her for the bag when I'm going to have so much batting left over from the bag. And so I'm trying to find ways to charge differently for the batting, and even start charging differently. A little bit more accurate way of charging for thread, and more accurate way to charge for batting, so that it's fair to the client and fair to me. And what I find is, I'm glad you love it. Yes, iron ever. Sorry. I'm trying to be fair to the client, but I'm also trying to be fair to myself, because sometimes I will give such a great deal on the batting, and then I'm like, I undercut myself. I should have charged more. But that's just growing, learning, figuring stuff out. When you have a business like this, there's no real set. It's not like there's no set rules. Like for Omni Thread, you charge this much. For King Tut, you charge this much. As a matter of fact, people charge so different on thread and quilting, you don't know. And so I'm trying to figure out ways to where I'm fair to both of us, if that makes sense. Fair to both of us. But yeah, I love this batting. Batting, Pelon, Pelon. And I don't know. I'm working on finishing my quilts. Do I prefer pre-cut or bags or rolls? I used to be a roll girl where I had rolls. What happens for me, I do have a roll underneath the long arm and it's warm and natural, but it's so expensive right now. I don't want to use it for anything other than for myself or my family. I did buy a whole bunch of rolls a while back and I found out I thought it was Pelon, this exact Pelon, but it was so thin. It was so, I don't know, it was such a thin batting. It was so cheap. No wonder it was so cheap when I bought the roll that I kind of used that batting to donate. I think I want to go to Marshall's Dry Goods and buy a couple rolls and try 2 different styles of batting to see if I like them. The reason I don't like rolls sometimes, it's you're unrolling this big giant roll on the floor and you're having to measure, and it's just like a task when you could just open the bag and shake out the batting and put it on top. I guess that's kind of like sometimes why I just don't like the roll. Also, a roll for me personally, it takes room in my room. Well, it just takes a big giant roll of batting takes a lot of room in your workspace. When I have it in the back, it doesn't matter. But I think bags have been my go-to lately because it's easier to manage. So it's just kind of, I think rolls are okay. I bought 2 rolls. I don't remember where I bought them, but the batting was so bad. And so I ultimately used all that batting to donate it. And the bad thing about the batting that was so bad, I had to double stack it because it was so, I mean, I might as well be quilting the top with no batting in it. That's how fine it was. So I felt like I kind of got ripped off. But for years I used rolls. For years I used batting rolls. I would buy them at Joann's, like a whole roll. Hancock Fabrics. If you have a Hancock by you, that could be one of the best places to buy batting. Hancock Fabrics, they would let you use like a 50% off coupon. Yeah, storage is an issue, Chris. Yeah. But hey, I love your batting, Chris. I was, let me see. Chris from Dry Marshall's Goods. Do you remember how much you paid for it? Hold on. Dry Marshalls. Dry Marshalls. Is this it? No. See, like I stacked them. No, where is it? Where did I put her? Where did I put the batting? Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm so sorry. This is from Marshall's. My roll is just... If you have an unused bathroom, that's great. You know? I'm not making, like, I just... Okay, like when I have the roll under the long arm, I'm having to like scoot, like I buy 2, okay, I'm the kind of buy 2 of everything. So I bought 2 giant rolls because I thought it was such a good deal. And I was like wrestling with the roll from the back of the long arm sometimes, which is annoying, but who cares, right? It's a roll of batting. I like going through those rolls of batting quicker because it's just, you're having to unroll it and then cut it to size. I just feel for some reason, and it's just my style, right? I just like the bag. Like the other day I was quilting this quilt right now. that quilt. I opened a brand new bag. I just shook it out. I laid it on top, and then I sewed, and I was up and ready to go. And then the extra I just trimmed off, and I have the extra back there. And yes, so Chris, she says she got her quilt batting from Marshall's Dry Goods. So this is the batting, because she gave me a quilt to quilt. Marshall's Dry Goods. Let me see. Come on. Let me find an end. Marshall's. Do you see the pokies? There's this Marshall's Dry Goods. Look, it's beautiful. From the back, do you see how it's even? I guess I check my batting based on how the batting looks from the light. So it's great. Right now I bought five times, and they cost me $30 at Joann's. $30. But okay, so this is Marshall's Dry Goods. One of the things that, and this quilt's beautiful, okay? This is good batting too. It's consistent throughout the whole piece if you see it through the light. One of the things that I kind of look at is if you see it has these little bubbles, and it has a lot. Do you see that? That's called scrim. And nothing's wrong with that. It's just the way the manufacturer put the batting together to work. And it has, if you hit it in the light, it has a polyester thin layer of scrim. Now the neat thing about this batting, it doesn't feel like polyester, and it's good batting. It's really like, it doesn't fall apart when you pull it. I've had batting that you barely tug it, it tears apart. Like it literally would just open. You barely moved it, and it was so fine. But look, from the back, and let me just say this: the Pellon batting, like the bag is different from the roll, and so if we determine the thicknesses of each, this is just probably a 1/16 thicker. Not a lot. But of course, this is cheaper batting. And this quilts, and honestly, it doesn't matter in the whole scheme of things when you finish quilting it. The only reason I love this one is after you quilt it, you do see the difference. It does loft up. It does thicken the quilt fabric. It feels like you put 2 layers of batting with this batting. With Warm and Natural, there is this sturdiness that the quilt feels after you wash it, that this doesn't feel as hard and sturdy. It even feels like softer. Now, this batting is beautiful. This is from Marshall's Dry Goods. As a matter of fact, I was asking Chris where she got it, because I'm thinking of buying a roll of this so that I could have it. And I think I could use this for my clients, and even use this. And they both, I think when I quote for clients, I want them to know that I use the best batting possible, because they're paying me for that. But if they can't afford like to spend a lot of money on batting, and I'm like, well, are you okay with me using this batting? It's just as good, but it's cheaper quality, a little bit cheaper. A lot of them will say, yes, it's fine. One of my issues that I'm scared about different battings, it's when you get, it's called pokies in the back of the fabric, or you get, it's called bearding, where the batting comes out of the holes of the quilting. When you have cheap batting, that's what can happen. And you start to notice it when you're quilting. You'll see like little white dots on the thread line. That means the batting is pretty inexpensive and it's pawing through. Another thing that could be, I would quilt it together rather than, and so cheaper batting can have some issues where you have bearding and pokies in the back. I'll look that up, Sue. The bamboo. If you're on my Facebook group, message me. But you can have issues with cheaper batting. But this is Chris's batting from Marshall's Dry Goods, and I didn't have any issues. And that's something to think about when you buy. Like, I bought a roll. I can't remember. A friend, Kathy Stockton, she's the one that told me where she bought her batting. And I think where I bought the wrong one, thinking I was buying the batting that she used. And I found out that I bought a really cheap one. And I ended up having bearding. And I was like, oh my God, I bought 2 rolls of the worst batting ever. And bearding can be caused by having a needle that's worn. Bearding can be caused by cheap batting. And what I found, it wasn't the batting, it was my needle was bad. Are you on in? Hold on, let me get Cookie. All right, are you guys okay? Someone from Hawaii said that they had an eruption, like a volcanic eruption. I thought you were joking, okay? I didn't take you serious. But apparently, there is an eruption that happened today. My dog is calling me. Have my windows open. Dun dun dun. So, yeah. A moulin. Yeah, so we have a volcanic eruption over there in Hawaii. It's been 2 hours. I hope you're safe. Do you find it a challenge to long arm quilts that have embellishments done on it? Yes, but I have it's called trim on my program, where you could plot around the design, and it's called either you trim in or trim out, and you can trim the design out, and so the long arm will travel and stop, and and then travel and go somewhere else and start new. Yes, it takes longer. Did your dog heard Cookie barking? Sorry. So yes, keep that in mind when you're quilting a client's quilt and it has embellishments, because that does take more time for you to quilt. They don't think so, especially like t-shirt quilts. The pockets, the t-shirt quilts suck. I hate them. They're the worst to quilt sometimes. The interfacing starts to peel off because the client didn't iron the interfacing right. I've noticed my long arm does not like quilting on top of that vinyl. It does big giant puncture holes, and then sometimes it'll skip and it won't hook right. That's the problem. People love putting pockets and buttons on t-shirt quilts, which is not a big deal, but if you're not paying attention to the quilt when it's long arming and you kind of like didn't focus on that, it will get caught and drag the quilt and can tear the quilt top. How do I know? Because this happened to me and it just sucks. So you just have to, when you're working on quilts with embellishment, depending on the embellishment, so like if it's hand embroidered, you could quilt on top of it. If it's embroidery, and it's a light embroidery design, you could quilt on top of that. But some people like put buttons and ribbons and tassels and stuff like that on a quilt, and like now that quilt that they want to just pay you a panto for, now you're custom quilting it because you can't quilt around that stuff. And then they don't like the fact that instead of charging them 0.02, you're charging them 0.05, and that literally can double up to triple the price of the quilting. So yeah. I mean, but everything's doable. The neat thing about quilting and textile type of stuff, everything can be done. Like, the neat thing about my program, it's you could clip it out and then it quilts around, but that time takes time to clip it out. Now, I don't charge my quilt clients more for that. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone said, but it is something to keep in mind. And it's also your temperament. I tend to be so easygoing that if I get a t-shirt quilt, I just guns blazing, don't even care. I could do anything kind of attitude. I was talking to a friend, Chris, that I was doing a quilt top, and I literally was reconsidering my life choices of being a long armor. The kind of quilts and long arm quilting, I literally go through. So Clarissa, I'm sorry, is asking me how many needles I go through. If I do, so I'm a real bad needle changer. Okay. And it's not because I can't afford it. I'm just a bad needle changer. Okay. Because, and then I bought a whole bunch of them. This is the needles. I bought some needles, and I don't know if I still have them. Do I still have them? So the rule of thumb for me, it's, and I don't do this, so I don't even know why I'm saying it's a rule of thumb, but it was a rule of thumb. If I quilt 5 king size quilts, I change the needle. If I quilt 10 throws or 6 throws, I change the needle. If I quilt 6 queen size quilts, I change the needle. Now, if it's just regular cotton, you'll start to notice that the needle skips. Sometimes the needle will skip threads, and okay, you'll start to notice bearding in the back. Well, t-shirt quilts suck the life out of a needle, yes. But I guess the what I'm saying is, you'll get a t-shirt quilt, and you'll have 3 king size quilts and then get a t-shirt quilt. And if I have needle problems with that t-shirt quilt, I will change the needle. But sometimes I will still have needle problems with a t-shirt quilt because it has so much graphics, which is that screen printing on it. And you have to find a sharper needle for those quilts. Now, if you're using a sharper needle, you don't change the needles as much. But if you have a regular, I have several different types of needles. But yeah, let's say Lorena was only quilting t-shirt quilts for that week, and she was doing probably 5 of them. I would probably change the needle every 2 or 3. Yeah, it's that vinyl that's horrible. Like, but if it, let's say I was quilting a quilt that had a lot of embroidery, your needle can probably handle that, and then you could quilt 2 more king size quilts, and it doesn't affect it as much. It does affect it some, but it's that vinyl and screen printing, that paint. And the screen printing and vinyl are two. The screen printing is a paint that is painted on the fabric and then heat pressed. So, and then you have vinyl that is like plastic. And hello, how are you, strong woman? I love that. That it literally is like you're poking down a plastic sheet, and that's what ruins your needle. Not necessarily the screen printing, it does affect it, but it's that vinyl, that Cricut vinyl, that you just heat press it and it's just a whole sheet of plastic that kills your needles. I did a quilt the other day, and oh, another thing that kills your needles is picture fabric. The worst. I did a quilt that had graphic pictures where you print. I think it's still a vinyl. It's you print on the vinyl and then you heat press that print on the shirt and then peel the paper off. And I do a lot of needle turn applications and the quilt's the same. Yeah. That chews up your needles because it's still like a plastic. That's a printable plastic. Yeah, no, it sucks. And it's just not that. It's just, I think the needle is the less significant issue. It's, oh, the fabric got caught and then it pulled away from the interfacing, and now you have a puddle of the fabric that's stretchier than all heck. I did a quilt the other day, and I wanted to cry because I unstitched the whole row and went back and re-ironed the interfacing. Is it a lot thicker? Yes. Vinyl is. That heat press vinyl is. It's almost like putting a sheet of plastic on top of a piece of fabric. And the picture vinyl does the same thing. But that in if your client does not iron that interfacing well, oh my God, you're going in. And let me just say this. I'm the kind of person that I've been doing this so long that, for example, this quilt, this baby quilt, it had glitter on it. It's a glitter quilt. Hold on, I'll show you. She has glitter on her. Fabric that has glitter, it does wear your needle, but it's not horrible like vinyl. Fabric that has white paint, you know what I mean? What I'm talking about? Fabric that has, I'll find the fabric, but here. This, I'm going to turn you around, okay? Let's turn you around. Do you see that? That is glitter. That will dull your needles. So, I did 2 quilts. Do you see that? It's beautiful. It's glistening. Let it break. Let it go. Okay. It's beautiful, right? It's glistening, beautiful fabric. This stuff will wear down your needle. And so let's say I was doing a t-shirt quilt and this quilt, I would probably change the needle if I was going to do a large quilt. Yeah, this stuff will chew up your needles because this glitter is like a metal. It's a real fine metal. And it just starts sandpapering it down. And then, let me show you this fabric. This fabric, let me see. This fabric, whether you know it or not, it is a very thin sheet, very fine vinyl. And when you quilt it, you don't notice it like you notice real vinyl. This will wear down your needle. As a matter of fact, let me see. This, I was doing a custom quilt one time, and it was a friend. Her name is Melanie Funk. I custom quilted a beautiful quilt for her, and she had this kind of looking fabric on her quilt, but it was more dense. It was a lot. And I remember, I'm going to turn you around. I told her, I hate this fabric. Yes, it will mess with your stuff, man. This this fabric has like a fine screen printed, let me see. You can see it has a fine screen printed, let me see. Why? Do you see that? I don't know if you can see it. It has a really fine screen printed print on it. And that's what makes it beautiful, right? You love it because, oh my God, this fabric, it's so pretty. Look, it has leaves or it has words. And I did a custom quilt for a friend, and her fabric had this more densely inside of it, and it's almost, and I was doing this intricate pebbles, feathers, tight quilting. I mean, this sucker was tight quilting, and you could see on the, I mean, and you would think that you wouldn't think, you would think that like it would be fine, but it was like I was quilting on a t-shirt vinyl, because it was so, the screen printing was so dense on the fabric. So keep in mind that does wear your needles down. All the pretty stuff creates a fine dust that is, yeah, detrimental to your machine. Yeah, it really does. It does affect your needle. It affects your bobbin. It affects, and that's why I brush all the lint off. And even, keep in mind, we all love this stuff. I have a mess here. So like this quilt, which this is not bad, but do you see the, let me see. Do you see that beautiful print? You can see it now, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's a really thin vinyl. Now, it's not going to affect the quilting. It's not going to affect the, needle. But if I was like doing fine long arm quilting, like custom, dense quilting, I think like beautiful, clean, non-printed fabric quilts beautiful. But keep in mind this too. This, which we love this. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I should make myself a robe. Oh no. It's like, what I'm trying to say, it's not a problem if it's general panto quilting. It's when you're doing like every tiny square inch is being quilted. And when I did her quilt, I have videos of it and they're so old. When I did her quilt, I was doing like little intricate pebbles, tiny, literally like in this space, I was quilting like intricate pebbles and feathers, like dense. It literally would take me to get probably, and I'll show you a picture of what kind of quilting I'm talking about, where this fabric can affect it. But like this, it's a polyester. It's 100% polyester. This back fabric, hi, how are you, Mary? This 100% polyester deliciousness will wear out my needle. But do I care? No. Because when I go to sleep with this thing, I will be sleeping on lusciousness, deliciousness. She will be fancy pants. I should make her into, I should make a coat out of this. Should I make a coat out of this? Look how delicious. People will be rubbing up on me if I make this into a coat. But this back fabric, the polyester, does wear down your needle a lot. So when I did 2 quilts of minky quilts on my Get Your Challenge Done. When I did those, I did change my needle the next day. I'm so sorry that you're getting oxygen. I am so sorry you're sick. That COVID, man, it did me in. It did me in, man. And I think I'm a lucky one, though. I'll be praying for you. I'll be praying for you guys. COVID, man. I had to pray for myself because I couldn't stop coughing. And then I would come up here and I would work on a quilt, a whole different tangent. I would work on a quilt and I didn't have the energy to put the next quilt on. I just know. Look how beautiful. Oh, this stuff is delicious. Luxurious. Can you imagine? Love this stuff. I bought the whole bolt. No judging, okay? I bought the whole bolt. I think the day I bought this, I had a stomach ache. And when I rubbed it, I was like, oh my God, I want to cuddle in this. And then I've literally had this sitting in the back of my batting mountain, wasting away because I haven't done anything. This is the back fabric that I'm going to put on that curve quilt that I'm going to do. Hold on, let me see. But let's see what else. I don't know, but everything's workable. Like when I told my friend the fabric, that white fabric is horrible on my custom quilting. She's like, I don't care if there's punctures everywhere. Just quilt it. I'll be fine. And I'll show you how dense the quilting was. All right, let me put this down. Hold on. You want to come with me? Hold on. La, la, la. Look, you want to see this rack? Isn't that the best rack ever? En español para entender mejor. I'm so sorry. Mejor hago unos videos en español un día. Pero mi español es ya mucho. I love that rack. Okay. Look, let me show you. This is the kind of quilting I'm talking about. Look at magnificence. Look, that's the kind of quilting I was putting on her quilt. Like, look how densely quilted that is. Mira lo colché. Ain't she beautiful? I should put this thing in a show, but look, I messed up. This fabric is in the wrong direction. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they'll probably judge that and say, that's stupid. But this is what I'm talking about. This kind of densely quilted. And look, let me show you. I didn't help myself. Do you see the glitter? Do you see the glitter fabric? Do you see it shimmer? This is I put glitter shimmer fabric. And here I'm complaining about wearing do you see the shimmer? Yep, that was my back fabric. And this is satin. Satin does eat up your needles. But did I care or did I know better? No. And if you're going to do something like this, I recommend, where I messed up, it's, what does it say? Use interfacing. Because my grandson the other day, and that's why it's up here now, grabbed it and pulled it and tore it. Because this is so fragile. So I recommend that if you're going to do something like this, use a lightweight interfacing. Yes. Use a lightweight interfacing on the satin and on, look how it's coming apart. Oh, hold on, let me see. Yeah, see? If you're going to do this, interface it. Don't do what I did. I regret not interfacing it. And then the amount, this right here, let me see, this right here. I remember I started at 11 o'clock at night or in the morning. Just this section, like from here down and across, like a fourth of the center. It took me from 11 o'clock till 5 o'clock. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 hours to quilt. 6 hours. I remember quilting it, and I was so enthralled in the work of it. And I was like, why is my back hurting? Like, why am I in pain? And then I looked at the watch, and I'm like, oh, my God, it is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, I love quilts like this, where they just consume your life. Isn't it beautiful? They consume you, and then you could say, I did that. Like I did. Look, glitter. Look. glitter. Look at the back. Do you see it? Anyway, one day I'm going to do a quilt for the show. This is too old to put in the show. They won't let me put it in a show. Or I was going to, a lady wanted me to put a quilt in the show, and she wanted me to lie about how long I quilted it for her. And I'm like, I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to put a quilt that I did in 2013, and you want me to lie that I quilted it in 2018? Like, you're full of crap. I won't lie for anybody. It's not worth the lie. And I won't lie about my own quilts or when I did them. But I think there's a rule that if you take her apart, did you know there's a rule? Maybe I shouldn't share this rule. You know how people keep showing their quilts in shows, and you're like that's older than 3 years? What they do is they rework the quilt, meaning they take away the binding, they restructure the edge of the binding and change the quilt up, and then they finish it, and then they can say, yeah, I finished it in 2020. Cheaters. Just saying. Cheaters. And one lady was telling me I could do that with the quilt, and I'm like, why? I don't know. You can, but I don't know. To me, if I created a quilt in 2022 and finished it in 2022, that's a legit quilt to put in the show, or within the time frame or range that they say. But that's just my jam. That's just my little verbal tangent. So, okay. Any other questions? Because I'm going to let you go. Hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Yes, people will cheat in quilt shows. Yes. And I had a lady come to me and ask me to lie for her. And I told her no. And I'm not going to lie because, for example, I quilted that quilt, and I have a lot of videos on that quilt that I quilted. And I felt like for me to participate in her lie, I would have to remove the videos, and then I had the quilt in a blog. I would have to remove that quilt from a blog. I would just have to remove, and it's almost like conspiracy. And if you're that desperate to put a quilt in a quilt show, just make another damn quilt and then have it quilted and then put it in the year that you made it. That's my point of view. But people do, as a matter of fact, there's some really famous my hair. Sorry. There's some really great long armers who they will take their quilt apart and revamp it. Thank you, Jonathan Jars, for watching my videos. I honestly appreciate you guys watching my videos. How do you like my crazy hair? Sorry. Tangent, hair tangent. So, I don't know. I think this year, I keep saying, hi, how are you, Doreen? Doreen? Yes, it's really getting long. And so, I think it's up to you. Like, I want to do a custom quilt and do some really beautiful custom work. And I think next year I'm going to kind of like get some stuff ready and do my own quilts. Thank you, Maureen. It was a blessing to see some of you at the Houston Quilt Show. I'm glad I'm helpful. I really want you guys to enjoy, like, whatever you love, right? If you love piecing, love it. If you love long arming, love it. If you love embroidery, on both sides. Doreen, be careful with the stretch. I did a quilt with a lot of minky, and I overstretched it, and it shrunk back. It was weird. So just be careful not to overstretch it. I'm sure you know, right? Yeah, but just, I love minky quilts, though. I love me some minky quilts. I quilted 2 of them, and I did the binding, and now I'm snuggling. So, all right, let's see. What else can we talk about? We've been here forever. I don't want to keep you guys long. I'm going to do, okay, question before I go. How far in advance do you have to submit your quilt to then accept the Houston Quilt Show? I think you need to submit it. You start creating the quilts now and you submit them probably 3 months in advance. I think. I'm not sure. As a matter of fact, right now, the Houston Quilt Show was asking for art quilts, for traditional quilts. They had a whole bunch of banners up of the kind of quilts that they wanted to have done. For example, yeah, Tiffany's right. There is a website on it. Done it a long time, straight lines. But right now they're looking for traditional quilts, they're looking for art quilts, and then sometimes they'll pick like miniature quilts. They have certain criteria like Joe's Club kind of quilts, and you could literally enter into a whole bunch of different types of quilts. I would love to submit one. I think I'm going to submit one to the San Antonio Quilt Guild show. Yeah, my phone is hot. Yeah, we've been on here for forever. I don't know. I think I want to make a beautiful embroidery and applique quilt. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with my life lately. I'm enjoying. Oh, please join Lorena's laser channel. I need some subscribers there. I need some people there. I think maybe I'm going to be a partner with that company, but I don't know. I'm on the way. I think someone sent me a pattern for a roller that I'm going to try to figure out and make. It's just literally Lorena's lasers. Lorena's lasers. So yeah. You're still only mulling that over. Yes. Have you ever had a dream? You don't know if you could do it. And I'm the kind of person that believes I could do anything, but putting a quilt in a quilt show is like, it's such an intimate thing to create something and then have someone critique it. And I don't know, I can take criticism very well. I can handle it very well, but I don't know if I can handle criticism in my art form. Come on, Tiffany, how about you and I do a challenge? And we challenge us two together, or any other long arm here. We'll do like a challenge long armers to put make something this coming year and put it in a show this coming year. I'm very motivated by other people holding me accountable. Thank you, Trisha, for subscribing to my channel. I really need subscribers there. I need some love there. Well, I don't need nothing. I'm I'm trying to post videos, and I did a trade show and I did pretty okay. I learned a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa, for subscribing. And I want to... It looks like I have it all together, right? But I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with myself. Y'all look at me and you're like, you're a long armor. Yeah, that's who you are. You should just be happy and kumbaya, my lord. And the truth is, I find that I'm so dissatisfied sometimes. And I don't know if it's in my childhood, but I just like struggle with myself. Like, I want more. I want more. But the other day, okay, just please don't judge me. Please, I don't have time to do anything else, but you could judge me. I'll let you. I'll let you judge me. I'll let you like laugh me because, but please don't judge me. I want to do rug tufting. I want to make rugs now. I saw a video on rug making, so now I'm ready to buy a frame, buy a rug maker machine, buy a whole bunch of um, yarn, and become a rug maker. I want to become a rug maker. um, oh my god. I just, yeah. I watch the rug show. I can't inspire you to be what I do. I'm stupid crazy. I'm going roller skating now. Get down, honey. Get down, honey. Get down, honey. I get like, so now I want to be a roller skate dancer. I go roller skating every week now. And I'm 50 years old. And I'm like, you're going to break your arm. You're going to break your elbow. I fell down and I popped my knee. I'm like, you're going to break your knee. What's wrong with you? So then, so I bought myself a brand new pair of skates because those skates are supposed to make me skate better. And honestly, now they hurt my feet. And so the other day, on the roller skating dance bandwagon I'm in now, I saw a rug video. So I'm like, something new, a whole new world. And I'm like, shut up, Lorena. You have a long arm. You have 3 embroidery machines. You have 2 lasers, for pig's sake. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh my god. So yeah, they're asking me, what do you want for Christmas, Mom? A rug tufting kit. And then my kids are like, rug tufting kit? Yeah, I want to make rugs now. Rugs. And then I'm trying to justify it. I'll make quilting rugs. I'll make rugs with quilting patterns. I'll make quilting pattern rugs. I'll make rugs with like the compass. Oh my god. I'll make rugs that have the featherweight on them. This is stupid. I'm lost sometimes. But thank you for not judging me. I don't know. I think it's because it's an art form. I'm like, I want to do that. And someone did it and it was so beautiful. And I've got a friend who does roller derby. Oh my god. I really love the roller skating. I really do. Thank you. So yeah, it's so I go roller skating now. I do a bike ride. I do a 16-mile bike ride once a week. I go roller skating once a week. Plus, I want to get in tough rugging. Plus, I want a long arm for my clients. Plus, I want to create laser products. Plus, I want to do embroidery. Hey, I just want to do everything. I want to rule the world by doing everything. Oh, God. I literally tell myself, all right, rein yourself in. Get off the cliff, Lorena. Like, just because they're doing it doesn't mean this is for you. Just, oh my God. The other day, I saw van lifers. I want to be a van lifer. I told my husband, let's sell all our stuff and let's go van lifing. Let's go travel the world. Isn't that sound good? My husband's like, what the hell's wrong with you? No, there's not enough time for that, Tiffany. No, there's not enough time. It's just, it's not enough. This is not enough. It's not enough. It's just not. It's just Lorena. It's just Lorena. It's just, I'm ridiculous. I can't watch anything. Someone should take my iPad away from me. Someone should take it away. Not for you. No soup for you. Soup Nazi. Pad Nazi. You can't watch nothing because then you want to be it. I don't know. So, yeah. You think I have it all together? No. And I say it honestly. I say it honestly that there's something in me that wants to do everything. And I don't know if it's 50. I did metalwork class. I have a metal pinch pin. I know how I made my earrings. Look, I, I made my own earrings. I love metalsmithing. If you want to do that, go for it. Oh yeah, I do metalsmithing. I have a tank and acetylene, and I solder my earrings. I've made this ring for myself because I'm a jewelry person. Like, it never ends, guys. Like, and I think I think the truth is, it's I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if I want to dip my toe into everything. I don't know how long I'm going to live. So live large. I don't know. I'm going to say, wait, noobs, obsession. Oh, no. I'm not rich. I'm just ridiculous. I'm not rich at all. I give myself an allowance, and then I save, and then I'll buy a little here, and then I'll buy a little there, and then I'll buy a little there, until I have my whole collection of everything that I want to do. And it's just dumb. It's just, I don't know what I really. So like the tufting rug, I was gonna buy it, and I was like, no, hell to the no, cut your crap out. And I go, is there some way that I can implement rug making and connect rug making to fabric and have a rug quilt top? Like, it is dumb. Hold on. Why are you guys up here? What's the matter? Come on. Say the baby. Stop. What's the matter? No. Where in the world is Lorena? Lorena's crazy. I went and got my puppies. Look, you want to see her? She's losing her eyes. Sorry, look at Cookie Lily. She's going blind. Are you mad because I'm up here and not downstairs? Is she mad? I think she's mad. Stop, Cookie. Stop. Stop. You want to come here? I don't know, guys. I'm just not okay. I just need a... I need to rein it in. Tiffany, I already do embroidery one day, long arm quilting one day, and trying to get lasering in one day. Plus, I go one day roller skating and one day bike riding. They need to rein it in. Plus, like, you know, just I have to rein myself in. I'm just dumb. Not that I'm dumb. I don't know if it's the fact that I like being creative. I don't know if it's the fact that you see someone on YouTube being their authentic self, and you see them making something, and I think that's inspiring. I think that's why people like watch like me on YouTube. You see me long arm quilting, and you see me doing kind of like my creative, like, I feel like when I long arm, for example, if I'm not back here, sometimes I don't come up here for days, and there's something that goes on. I think I have psychological depression, or I go into a depressive state, or I feel that I'm missing something because I think being creative is part of my like happy place, right? Your Pinterest board, yes, I get it. And if I don't come up here, I think I become a searcher because I'm dissatisfied. And because I'm dissatisfied because I didn't quilt something, or I didn't make something, or I didn't piece something, that I try to find it in another outlet. I also like to learn. But then I struggle with, like right now I'm learning on the laser, and there's this nervousness, and I'm being honest, when you're working on the laser, and I'm sure everybody has this when you're trying something new, like embroidery or quilting or whatever your craft that you're getting into. There's this failure that comes in, like you fail a lot and you mess up a lot and you're trying to figure something new out and you're trying to be productive. And I ended up throwing a whole bunch of wood away because I kept messing it up and I was burning stuff. And so there's this kind of like self-doubt, like, what did I get into? Yes, I know. Use that Cricut, girl. You can make money off of it. You could literally make money off of it. And I talked to you about it. Sorry. But the Cricut was the same thing for me. And I think I also have this other part of me, like when I conquer something, I get bored of it. So I search for something else that will satisfy my life and my soul. And, you know, hey, but I think I haven't been able to come up here for a couple days, probably for like a whole week for Thanksgiving. Yes, I think. And so when I saw the video on rug tufting, yeah, it almost like, oh my God, a whole, like my eyes glazed over with want and longing. And I want to be that person, but I'm not understanding the truth of that experience, because I'm sure your back hurts. I'm sure moving your hand up and down is tedious. I'm sure it becomes a lot. I'm sure adding, it becomes work, right? Everything can become work. So everything visually becomes beautiful because it just looks so neat in a video. But when you're really experiencing it and doing it, it's a different experience. So I was watching someone who packages their packages. They do videos and they package their business stuff. And I'm just so intrigued. Like, I would love to do that. Be packing all day. That must be so much fun. And honestly, the truth is packing all day boxes with your product, I'm sure, is like miserable. But because it's in video format, it looks so fun and interesting. But it's just, it's just stupid on my part, where, and then they put beautiful music, you know, behind it, the video. And literally I saw a girl, she was doing jewelry, and because I went to school and did metalsmith 1, 2, and 3, and I did a metalsmith class in my undergrad, and I loved it, that it almost inspired me to, like, I need to get the table, I need to get a soldering gun, I need to have a studio. And now I have a studio, I have the table and the soldering gun. And do I sit in that room and make jewelry? No. Well, no, I did make these earrings, and I made another bezel set earrings. I made some rings. I did create a couple wedding bands for a couple. And so I have made things on it. When I was getting ready for a trade show that I did, I was working a lot of my woodwork in that space. But can I say, like, I use it every day? No, maybe once a month. And I think about it like, damn, I spent $1,600 on the table. I could say I spent like $3,000 on having that setup, and I don't use it. Like, that's dumb. So I'm like, girl, no more. Like, it's enough. You got 2 lasers. You crazy. But I think the underlying issue is just not being creative. Everyone sells tumblers. Yes. Oh, you know those tumblers where they put epoxy on them and they glitter the heck out of them and they roll it and they do live streams on Facebook? Have you seen those? They're delicious to watch. Doesn't it make you want to buy a whole thing of tumblers and just go crazy? But you're probably killing yourself with the toxins of the epoxy. Well, like I was gonna buy a wood cutting cutter because I wanted to make my own. I want to make these. I wanted to make a whole bunch of them, and then I wanted to sell them on my Shopify that I don't have yet. And I wanted to laser them. So I'm ready to buy a wood chopping thing. I went to an estate sale and bought a router. I bought a sander. I already bought some of this stuff, okay? Because I save up money and go to estate sales, and I bought like a sander for like $5, a router for $3. Like, okay, I found ways. And then I was gonna buy this saw cutter. It's a dual saw cutter because to make these, you need a dual saw. It's to make it a 1/4 inch. So I researched it, and I was calling everybody because I couldn't get it out of my head because I was gonna make my own, and I was gonna put a sewing machine and laser them, laser y'all's name on them. I mean, I was already for that game, and I was all in. And then I took a wood cutting class, and I made my own cutter. Where's all this woodwork? No, it's under the. It's under my. It's on the regular house under the. Just don't ask. I have a. It's like under the. It's under the. Where is it? Where did I put it? It's just stupid. Don't ask. I just probably in the. I have like another little tiny back house. Where I have all my woodworking house renovating stuff. And I took the class, and the cutter I was gonna buy, like it's a table saw thing. That dumb table saw was like, I think it was okay. I was gonna buy one for $300 at Lowe's, but then they said the one I need it has 2 blades, so it has a, I don't know, it has a longer flank. Yeah, okay. So the one I was needing to buy to be able to do those was gonna be like $1,000, I think, and I'm all game. I'm ready to pop that $1,000 down because I'm ready to do this. And then I said, you know what, Lorena, you need to take a woodworking class, and before you cut your fingers off. How about that? Before you cut your hand off or your fingers off, how about you take a class? So I took a class, and we made cutting boards. In this class, I have a TikTok video of the cutting board that we made. I did not know, just like everybody else wants a quilt for $5 because they could buy one at Walmart for $10, and they want you to make a quilt for nothing. I did not know that you had to level the wood, you had to 90 angle the wood. I did not know that you had to do the stuff that you have to do. And I took the class, and after the class, I said, you know what? I've learned something. This is not for me. But you know what? I probably would have bought everything and then found that out later. And that's why, yeah, I have to rein myself in on things and do what I love now, and do it in a way that I'm doing it with excellence. Because it's not good doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff and doing it all like you can't juggle so many things and be successful without having something fall. And so I'm trying to unjuggle some things in my life. And I asked the guy who does the woodwork, I said, hey, would you cut this stuff for me? You already have everything. So yeah, and some of you do like beautiful things like cooking, camp preservatives, someone said. I understand. I want to be everything. But I need to be happy just being Lorena the long armor. Or Lorena the laser. I just need to be content where God has me. But I guess that's what I'm trying to say to y'all. It looks like, from you guys seeing me, it looks like I got it all together. No. It just, the truth is I don't know. I'm still dissatisfied. Even with everything you could have, you could still find yourself so dissatisfied. And so what I'm realizing is the things that you have don't satisfy you. But we're getting into like it's 1:40, an hour and 40 minutes. Oh my God, my dog scared me. Oh, stop barking. But I love you guys. So I guess I'm just sharing some honest truths about the ridiculous. But I know it's late. I'm sorry I kept you so long. Tell your family I'm sorry. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you just it's all I just wanted to share that just because you see it on a video doesn't mean that you're getting the whole story. It's because that's you can clip out and clip in so many different things, and it's not like it's not all that it seems to be. You could still be dissatisfied and have a long arm. You could still be dissatisfied and be married. You could still be dissatisfied and have children and have everything. So I just wanted to share my ridiculousness, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for spending time with me. I love you in the Lord, guys. All right, bye. Don't judge me. Stupid. Oh my God. Let's see how I could turn this off, because looking for a good. Thank you for everything, guys. Okay. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Clarissa. Thank you, Monica, Doreen. Amen. Right? That's probably it, right? Spend more time with him and you'll be happier. I love you guys.